I want to switch gears and get to this Pac-12 Arizona athletic director situation.
Right.
Arizona AD, the athletic director at the University of Arizona, Arizona, is Dave Heeke.
Nice name.
He said something that blew my mind when he said, quote, "We're one of the greatest conferences there's ever been."
Now, before we play this, just keep in mind when you're watching this video, George Kliavkoff, the commissioner of the Pac-12 at Pac-12 Media Days, said something very similar to this before all of this conference expansion and Big Ten greatness and teams leaving, and before all that happened. George Kliavkoff ran this whole narrative out there about how the Pac-12 was the conference of champions, and we've got more championships in badminton and tennis than anybody else, right? So this narrative that you're about to watch is not new out of the Pac-12. And so to me, it's just a ridiculous thing to be running out there.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Here's Dave.
But I'm
Heeke.
very proud of the position that the University of Arizona is in. We are strong, we're solid. This institution will be in the right place. I'm also very confident in the Pac-12 with its current membership of 10 now. But again, we still have 2 years before those two other institutions leave. But we've got to be planning and orchestrating and be ready to pivot and do the right things. But I'm very confident in how the Pac-12 looks and how this conference looks going forward. We're an anchor in the West. We're one of the greatest conferences that there's ever been. We have so much tradition and history here connected to the Rose Bowl. There's a lot of value in that, and we're proud as Arizona to be part of that.
Congratulations, but that's bullshit.
Come on, guy.
Again, now listen, I understand that in Tucson it's hot. I understand that there is a lot of peyote being smoked.
Peyote.
In Tucson.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
I'm sorry, we're one of the greatest conferences there's ever been. Did you fracture your skull, sir? Like, what are you talking about? Have you spent too much time in the desert?
Cocaine and hookers, my friend.
The Pac-12 is an embarrassment. The Pac-12, let's not get this wrong. The Pac-12 is a blight on the history of college football. It is an embarrassment. It has been nothing short and nothing else but an abject failure.
Facts.
As a business entity, as a money-making entity, as a football entity, as a badminton championship entity, it's been nothing but a failure. The only thing that the Pac-12 has to hang its hat on is how much it is pumped into the real estate market in downtown San Francisco and how much of a terrible footprint it's put into the ozone layer by flying private jets all over the place with its commissioner. This conference is a joke. And Dave Heeke, the athletic director at Arizona, is an embarrassment. Yeah. Just saying this alone, the way they've handled their athletic department, the Sean Miller situation on its own, Arizona and every other athletic department in the Pac-12 should stop talking. The Pac-12 is dead on arrival. And Jake, I don't think anything that Dave Heeke said there helped this situation in the least bit.
No, I mean, it just continues a path of behavior that is embarrassing. I mean, I like, if you go back, and again, I say this literally every single day on the show, the beauty of YouTube is you can go back and you can watch what we said, a week ago, or I can't remember how long it's been now, but if you just go back and look at the George Kliavkoff video, where he basically talks about the fact that, the Pac-12 is this great thing, and, we're the best, and this arrogance, this air of arrogance in the Pac-12 is killing them. Literally, it's killing their conference. And I look at this and I say, okay, George said it then. Dave Heeke's saying it now. Who's next? Who's next? Who's going to come out and be like, oh yeah, we're the best conference there's ever been. Literally saying like we're the greatest conference in the land. It's truly incredible to me that you would have the wherewithal to be able to say that, because it's just not true. Like, I look at where the conference was before UCLA and USC left. You weren't in a good place. How long have we been talking about TV deals and you're not doing a good job? How long has it been? A decade?
I think Arizona as a brand, as a basketball property, I think it's a tremendous brand. But you bring almost nothing to the table when it comes to TV. I mean, almost nothing. Tucson isn't even a market.
Mm-hmm.
Like what do you mean? We're one of the greatest conferences there's ever been?
How?
Like, and obviously in Tucson, the media, this was on what, K-Gun television, KGUN TV.
Literally, it's K-Gun.
They're not going to ask him a follow-up question. They certainly are not going to press him. This was embarrassing. And I want to play it again for you because I just think the awesomeness and the stupidity and the embarrassing, like this is embarrassing now. I understand George Kliavkoff at Pac-12 Media Day, the commissioner of the Pac-12, going after the Big 12, like totally understand.
You got a job to do. You got a job to do.
Totally get it.
Yeah.
This was unsolicited. This was a simple question. And to say this is an embarrassment.
But I'm very proud of the position that the University of Arizona is in. We are strong, we're solid. This institution will be in the right place. I'm also very confident in the Pac-12 with its current membership of 10 now. But again, we still have 2 years before those two other institutions leave. But we've got to be planning and orchestrating and be ready to pivot and do the right things. But I'm very confident in how the Pac-12 looks and how this conference looks going forward. We're an anchor in the West. We're one of the greatest conferences that there's ever been. We have so much tradition and history here connected to the Rose Bowl. There's a lot of value in that, and we're proud as Arizona to be part of that.
Part of the Rose Bowl? When's the last time Arizona went to the Rose Bowl, dick? Like, are you serious? When you wonder, is the Pac-12 going to make it? Is the Pac-12 dead? It's guys like Dave Heeke that absolutely just keep putting shovels of dirt on the grave.
You know.
Like, listen, I understand Larry Scott dug the grave, and I largely understand that USC and UCLA threw the entire conference in the bottom of the hole. It's idiots like this that just keep throwing dirt on it. This kind of rhetoric does nothing to help the conference. It isn't stick my chest out. Look at me, I lift. That's not what this is. What this is defiance. And what this is there's Arizona. You Arizona, nice. Like that's what this is. This is the rest of college football laughing at you, Dave.
Yeah.
This is the rest of college football saying, well, you know, that's why Arizona State is the program in the state. Even with Herm burning that thing to the ground, Arizona State's a far better football school than Arizona is.
Not close.
Trying to tie yourself to the Rose Bowl, nobody thinks, man, great Rose Bowl champions, those Arizona Wildcats.
You know.
Like, who thinks that? Like, you haven't been relevant since Lute Olson. Oh, but look at all of our recruits in basketball, Jake. Like, can you believe we just need... Like all the Arizona fans, Arizona literally renamed themselves Arizona, a players program.
Right.
Their hashtag at Arizona is a players program.
Bet you weren't expecting this one.
Like, and over the Sean Miller scandals and all that.
Yeah.
We just gotta get this recruiting class on the floor. Come on, bro. You guys didn't even get close.
Yeah, and I think
Are you serious?
Yeah, Arizona has always been a dumpster fire of a in recent, maybe not always been, but definitely in recent memory has just been a dumpster fire of a program, both in football and basketball. And I get frustrated when people can't just say, hey, yeah, you know what? We're going through some things right now as a conference. We're going through some things, you know? And that's just what it is. We USC and UCLA decided that you know the Big Ten would be a better fit for them, but I still think that there's value here in the Pac-10. You know, like I wouldn't have an issue with that if Dave was just simply saying, "Hey, yeah, I know things are happening. I know that you know the Big Ten's doing its thing, and there's a lot happening in the college football landscape, but I still think there's opportunity here in the Pac-10."
Jake,
I wouldn't have an issue with that.
Arizona has played in the Salad Bowl.
Wait, was that a joke? Like, because I know salad goes in a bowl.
January 1st, 1949. The Salad Bowl. They lost that game. You know how many wins they have in the Rose Bowl? Do you know how many losses they have in the Rose Bowl? Do you know how many times they've been to the Rose Bowl? Not once.
You know.
Dave, I don't know how to break this to you, sir. You've played in the Salad Bowl.
Hey, look here, man.
More than you've played in the road. Literally, it was called the Salad Bowl. Montgomery Stadium, Phoenix, Arizona.
The problem is that by
when
saying
Miles
all this,
W. Castile was your head coach.
dude, the problem is saying all this, and you've got this track record to go with it. You just look bad. Nobody can take you at your word now because all you're doing is just obsessing on saying, yeah, we're in a great spot. And it's like, it's like what politicians in recent memory have done. Oh, you don't have to worry about this, but
Dude.
People are dying. You don't have to worry about this, but this it's just how it goes.
Don't look over here.
Yeah, like, hey, everything's sunshine and roses. We're fine, even though our conference is burning to the ground and Oregon's probably going to the Big Ten. And, like, what do you mean, Dave? What do you mean that you're one of the greatest conferences that's ever existed and you're a staple out west because of the Rose Bowl? I got news for you. The Rose Bowl has not put out a national champion in some time, bro. It hasn't.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the Iron Bowl, the Cotton Bowl? Like, have you heard of the big bowl games out east that put Alabama in the college football playoff? Have you heard of those? Oh, that's right. You haven't because you're in Tucson and you don't give a damn about what happens out east.
The Territorial Cup.
It's ridiculous, dude.
Arizona's irrelevant.
And by the way, the state on the whole is irrelevant. Like, let's
is.
be really clear on
But
that.
Jake, Donovan Mitchell is interested in the Lakers, and the Lakers are going to get Donovan Mitchell.
Come on.
Jerks. Keith Carl, I commented yesterday about every Pac-12 move being heavily scrutinized. Dave Heeke just made me hold his beer.
Like,
Exactly
do you see
right.
but like I said, I want to be really clear. If Dave had just said, you know what? Yeah, they did leave our conference, and yeah, that wasn't a great look for us. At the same time, though, I do still think the conference has some opportunities here. And what would those be, Dave? And then go ahead and answer that question. Like, I would be fine with that because it is true. If you're a school like Arizona or the Washington States, the Oregon States, these schools that don't necessarily have the Big Ten as an option or the Big 12 as an option, you got to make the best of whatever it is going to be left of the pack. That's like your option. So on some level, I understand, hey, guys like Dave Heeke, you got to say what you got to say. You got to say something positive about your situation. But this is like way too far. You can't come out and say that the PAC is the best conference there's ever been. And, we're the conference of champions and we do all these great things when everyone knows that's just not true. The conference of champions is a slogan, not a reality. The conference of champions is a marketing piece, not something that actually happened. And George Klavkoff will tell you, well, we've got the most championships ever. Nobody cares about tennis, badminton, and checkers. Nobody cares. We're talking football here, man. That's what matters. And these guys just don't understand that somehow, some way.
Yep, totally agree. I don't get it.
It's truly incredible.
Kenai Johnson says, I want some of whatever he is chiefing on.
Do you see what? Yeah,
This
precisely.
is the best. This is the best conference, ...
Yeah, come on.
Mike Maple says the WAC-12 is on that Jim Jones kind of Kool-Aid.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Going to be in Orlando working the next month. Any places you recommend? Oh, the best restaurant in Orlando, it's Winter Park, is the Ravenous Pig. I'm telling you. The Ravenous Pig, Winter Park, Florida. Go get it. Thank me. Come back and comment. Thank me. Tanner Plummer says, I'm calling it now. Kyle Whittingham will be the next person to pump hot air into the Pac-12. No, he won't.
I don't think so. I think Witt's been honest. And Witt's a good example. Witt straight up said the other day, do we still have that graphic in there?
Oh, yeah.
Witt said the other day, you're about to see this graphic about how they got to win big games. When they're nationally televised, they got to win those games. That matters. That absolutely, positively matters. And I think that Kyle Whittingham has always been somebody, not just now, but in the past too, has always been somebody that's been a truth teller and just said like, hey, this is what it is. When we get to play Florida in week 1, we got to go and win that game. That's what we do.
It's important for the Pac-12 to make noise on the national scene whenever we get the opportunity like that. We have to make the most of it. If you want to gain respect, gain national attention, you got to come out and win some of those games. Hopefully we can go down there to Florida and play like we're capable of. Kyle Whittingham, the head coach of the Utah Utes, and that's my point. I think you have to go and get it. And I think this is why, you look at. Oh yeah, anyway, my point is, this is why when you look at what Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Alabama.
This is Coach Saban.
Got a $93 million extension that's going to make him the highest paid public football coach in the country. $11.3 million average annual value. Is there any question? Was there any doubt that that's the right move? Did anybody doubt on any level that the right move was to extend Coach Saban?
Do you know how much money he's made that institution, man? I mean, come on, dude.
Billions of dollars.
Come on, dude.
Like in branding and, billions.
This is Coach Saban.
And billions of dollars. Nick Saban's made them. So, I mean, is there any question that Nick Saban's the greatest college football coach ever? There's none.
No.
Like, so when you hear these comments out of Dave Heeke, we're one of the greatest conferences there's ever been.
So you better check yourself.
Like, take a drink, Dave. Like, that's...
Or maybe don't take a drink.
It's just embarrassing. The whole thing is embarrassing to me.
Yeah.
And again, this is why I say, speaking of Kyle Whittingham, you got to get to the Big 12. You've got to figure it out. And I think the Big 12 is just waiting, as they should be. I think they are just waiting to see how this all plays out.
Yeah.
I do. Kay Nurin says Utah's waiting for the Big 10 to come calling. That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen, with all due respect. Rhino Reselling says Sick'em Bears, Baylor Bears. Is the Big 12... Do you think the Big 12 is unified? Do you think the current members of the Big 12, excluding the 4 incoming schools, do you think the current members of the Big 12 are unified?
I think it depends on the proposition, so probably not. No, I think they are in some things, but not on other things.
We were talking about San Diego State versus SMU, and
yeah,
I'm curious how many members of the Big 12 want Colorado and want Utah and want San Diego State. Like, if you're the Big 12, how do you say no to Arizona State, Colorado, and Utah right now today? Like, just let's shebang.
I don't know why you
how do you say no to that?
Yeah,
right. You wouldn't say no to that.
No, you wouldn't at all. I think the only question mark there is Colorado.
Yeah, I agree, David. In Colorado, because they bailed on the Big 12 once already.
Yeah.
So, David Tervort says the word that comes to mind is denial. The man is literally fighting to keep a job. He will say anything, yeah? NY Jazz fan says Big 10 doesn't want Utah. They would embarrass all their conference teams. Utah to the Big 12, reignite the holy war. Amen to that.
Yeah.
Amen to that. Tanner Plummer says the salad bowl, LOL. Yes, exactly.
Hey,
Kurt
guys.
Meyer says the Rose Bowl just moved to the Big 10 in the PAC. May never have another team in the run for the Roses. May not. May not. Very well could be. Fat Jesus says this show just went from good to great. More Arizona bashing. Exactly right.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Gabe Lovely says congrats on 7K subs, casuals, to the moon. Thank you. We
You're
appreciate
casual.
that. Kay Nurin says when the pack opens its mouth, LOL. Truth. Mid-Florida Academy says best Oregon can do is teaming up with FSU, Miami, and Clemson. I don't know what the Big Ten is trying to do, obviously. I don't know that anybody knows, but man, if they add Florida and Miami.
That'd be
if
crazy.
If they had Florida State and Miami,
yeah, I mean,
rather.
if you had representation in the state of Florida is a big deal.
Florida, Texas, if you can get, because the Big Ten already owns the Northeast. I mean, you have a pipeline of linemen playing in the Big Ten.
Dude, the Big Ten has an opportunity to compete with the SEC. You can get there, but you got to keep adding. You have to keep getting... you got to get states like Florida. You got to get, and again, notice what I'm saying, states. You need to get states like Florida. I'm not talking about Florida, the program. I'm talking about the whole state.
I wonder how much better Clemson recruiting gets if they end up in the Big Ten.
Better.
I wonder, if I'm the SEC, how am I sitting here not trying to get Florida State and Miami?
Yeah.
Clemson.
No, and I think if you're the SEC, it's really interesting because I actually do think if you added nobody, you're still the most relevant conference. As long as Nick Saban's doing what he's doing at Alabama and you've got Georgia, I mean, you're still the best conference because you're the one playing for the national championship every single year. And until that changes, it doesn't matter what the Big Ten does. It just simply matters how long the SEC can stay on top, So that's why I say, I mean, think about it. The Big Ten is a Cam Rising injury away from not getting to the college football playoff, So I just think that there's a lot happening here, but I think the SEC is essentially bulletproof right now, or as bulletproof as you're going to get.
Well, and it's interesting that ESPN, I feel like, got a sweetheart deal on the SEC. They vastly, vastly underpaid. And I think that's great. I think it's why largely the ESPN's in a position to try and get a 5-year deal with the Pac-12.
But that's
without
the PAC deal is going to be what, pennies on the dollar at this point. I mean, seriously, if this happens the way we think it's going to happen.
I mean, if you only have 8 teams left, if we really do see Oregon and Washington team up and go to the Big Ten, and you're 8 teams.
But think about what we've heard.
Whoa.
I think it could even be less than that because we've heard Stanford in the mix.
You're dead then. At that point, I mean, if you lose Oregon, Washington, Stanford, and Cal, there's no conference to be had. I mean, there's just not. You would have nothing in the state of California. I mean,
so then what? So I hadn't really thought about this. Then what happens? I mean, if you're like Arizona State, and the conference
you evaporate,
shuts down.
You go to the Big 12. The conference evaporates, and those. I mean, the only move would be those remaining schools, and this is why I say again. This is why I say again. The Big 12 doesn't have to be in a hurry here.
Yeah.
With the Oregon news that Oregon is so passionately chasing the Big 10.
Yeah.
It really put the Big 12 in the driver's seat.
It feels like the Big 12 is the cleanup crew coming back through. It feels like they're just going to sit here and wait, and they're going to see, okay, what's left after all this kind of plays out. Because if the Big 12 absorbs the rest of these PAC teams, you're in a great position because you're able to say, hey, we're not trying to compete with the Big 10 or the SEC. Like the Big 12 knows they're not that guy, pal. They know that. And so for them, I think you're in a perfect position. Hey, we know we're not a threat to you guys. We also know we have a great conference that generates revenue. We've got a good TV deal coming. Like things are happening. We've got brands out west, in the Midwest. Like we've got good coverage geographically speaking. So I just think, I think, man, as a basketball conference, as a football conference, you're in a good place. And furthermore, I'd say Arizona needs to get it going in basketball. Because if you got it going in basketball, at least then you could say, okay, yeah, we've got a powerhouse basketball program that would be a great fit in your conference. Don't quite have football yet, but at least we have basketball.
Yep, totally agree with that. Scandura says, interested to see this show in the NFL season. What? Bots? Fucking bots! Bots in the chat.
Correct the mundo.
I'm on it. Good catch, Jake. Good
Interesting
catch.
to see this show in the football season. You're talking my language, my man.
Well, no, he says in the NFL season. NFL season. Yeah, I would say very clearly. We talk a lot of NFL on the show. We do a segment during the season. We do a segment called Football at 50 past the hour. Every hour, we give you the biggest headlines in football.
Mm-hmm.
Passionate Chicago Bears fans, so we don't need to talk much NFL this year.
Yeah.
Daniel Ricciardo fired by McLaren at the end of this season. Daniel Ricciardo fired by McLaren. He is out. Danny Rick's a free agent.
See ya.
At the end of the season. Huge F1 fans. I hate Max Verstappen. Feed the horse an apple.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point is, yes, we talk a lot of NFL on this show, Scandurus. So we'll see. Let's say Tanner Plummer says the Pac-10 is the weakest of the weak. I would agree with that. Mid-Florida Academy says Utah not beating Florida, but UCF did.
Oh, no, okay, Utah is going to beat Florida, dude.
So wait, you really think that Utah's not beating Florida? Is Florida more athletic? They're not. Do they have a better quarterback? They don't. Do they have a better defense? Deeper defense? More speed, more power? They don't. Is their offensive line better? Maybe. The only area that Florida probably is more athletic is wide receivers. And I was looking at this last night, and I can't even say that for sure Because if Devon Vele develops for Utah the way that they're planning, and if they are, I was talking to some NIL folks last night who are like, yeah, Devon Vele is not doing anything because he's focused on being one of the best wide receivers in the country. If that's the case, I don't know that Utah loses a game. Because if Devon Vele is an 800-yard receiver this year, it's over.
For real.
It's over.
Yeah.
If Bryant Keithy, the fine tight end at Utah, is not your number one receiver, you're in good shape because he's a fine number one receiver. And if Cam's throwing 30 touchdowns, 10 of those go to Devon Vele, you're done. You're not beating Utah. You're not.
Yeah.
You're just not. Mid-Florida Academy says Orlando Winter Park Cheesecake Factory. That's not... God. When somebody asks for a restaurant recommendation, the best restaurant in Orlando, the best you bring is Cheesecake Factory?
Pack your shit. Let's go.
Come on,
guy. Josh Levern says Washington State and Oregon State aren't the weakest P5 schools, but they aren't the strongest. Anyway. No, I'm not going for that today, Coach. I'm not. Robert says, can Saban really coach until he's 80? 100.
This is Coach Saban.
80?
He's over there on the sideline with his walker, still got the headset on, still calling plays.
Still firing off F-bombs on the sideline.
Yeah.
Renee Roca says, Alabama, poor state, rich football
Roll
coach.
Tide.
This
He
is
said,
Coach Saban.
Alabama. I don't hate that. Mid-Florida Academy says Florida rich state average football. A lot of athletes, though. A lot of athletes. K. Nern says Utah will go to the Rose Bowl this year and go to the Big Ten West. I just don't know that the Big Ten has desire to add Utah.
Yeah.
What is the needed element there?
Y'all feel me?
Angel Rodriguez. I'm a New Yorker. Awesome show. MJ's the GOAT. Looking forward to Labor Day weekend. Going to be in Hawaii. We are going to do shows, by the way. A lot of people have been asking, hey, are you guys going to be on?
Just so we're clear, we are going to be doing shows. There are going to be some days where we can't do shows because we do have things we're doing early in the morning.
Like swimming in the ocean,
going to see volcanoes, things we're going to be doing. So
37 seconds of greatness.
By the way, it is a vacation for us, and we're still doing shows, so don't hate on us for missing a couple of shows in those 2 weeks. I think we have, in the 2-week period, I think we're doing 6 or 7 shows, so I think we missed 3 days because of events,
Yep.
I think. So, we are going to be doing shows, but just cut us some slack on that.
R. Crandall says, Kay, thinking with your heart, huh? I think so. Richard McDonald, my guy, says these spots are only trying to help Jake get a girlfriend, LOL.
I have a girlfriend, bro.
Is she hot?
Joke's on you, man.
Is your girlfriend hot?
Yes.
Football at 50s, but can we get whack at the ones?
Whack at the ones.
How about yesterday on my Twitter feed? There was a dude arguing for more coverage of Utah Tech. Like, hey, man.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to figure something out.
Listen, I want more coverage of Utah Tech, Dixie State.
Brother.
Like, come on. Name one famous professional wrestler dead.
Dead?
Yeah, one dead famous professional wrestler. The Macho Man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Randy Savage.
Come on. That's the best you can do?
Yeah.
That's
I wasn't
the best
a big
you can
wrestling
do.
guy as a kid, man.
You weren't? But you
No.
tried to sell wrestling figures I gave you on eBay.
Yeah, that's because I was forced.
It's really despicable.
No. Okay. Restock, MFers. Restock on the Air Jordan 3. Restock, adding it to the bag right now. Come on, let's go. Put it in my bag.
Add it to the big.
Add it to your bag.
Damn,
Jag
I can't
loaf.
even try to get it for you.
Jag loaf. Come on, you can do it.
Come on, please,
you guys.
man,
This
get
is
it.
huge.
Get it.
This is a moment.
Come
on, baby.
How about that?
Cash me outside.
on,
How
let's
about
go.
that?
Let's
go. Order not processed. Error occurred.
No, just keep going. That happened to me this morning too, and I still got it. Just keep pushing
I'm
ahead.
trying.
Pushing ahead.
I am trying.
Yeah, pushing ahead.
Let's see.
Pushing
Let's see.
ahead.
I got it. It looks like I got it.
Let's go!
Now they're gonna have to. Yes, they charged my card.
Yes!
Let's go.
Yes!
Let's go,
Let's
baby.
go.
700 subs
Hell,
in Air Jordan, or
hey,
7,000 subs.
7,000. Thank you.
And there it is. There's the order
Hell
confirmation.
yeah. Let's go.
So
wait, let me get this right. We've got matching Air Jordan 5 Concords. We've got matching Air Jordan 3 Concords, or Dark Iris as they call it. Whoa. I'm not really sure what that's about. And I'm not really sure.
What a day to be alive.
Anyway,
yeah. NY Jazz fan says, I played football at Dixie State in 02, won the Rotary Bowl. What the F is Utah Tech? That's
the Rotary Bowl.
That's the Uncle Rico in me. You know Steve Cook, like the fitness guru?
Yeah.
He played football at Utah Tech.
Hey, he played football.
Dixie State.
Yeah.
Let's see. Cam Harrison says Ultimate Warrior passed away. Do you know what that's a reference to? You guys, see?
God. Listen, Carrie Von Erich, if you're up there and you can hear me.
Should we play the dead wrestler game?
No. Because I don't know any of them, dude. I legit was not.
Cody Strickland, Bret Hart's not dead, bro. Bret Hart is not dead. Bret Hart is not dead, dude. His Owen Hart is dead. He is. Keyshawn's in here trying to talk basketball. Ainge wanting 4 firsts is crazy. Could be. Brother. Cody Strickland says the Ultimate Warrior, Big Papa Pump. Bret Hart's not dead.
What the fuck are you, Ranger Rick?
Yeah, Owen Hart is dead. There are so many. I can think of Mr. Perfect. I can think of Owen Hart. I can think of Andre the Giant, the Road Warriors.
The Netflix thing on Andre the Giant was good.
It was. Chris Candido. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. Come on.
How many of us still watch wrestling? Because I know it's a big deal.
Throw it up for Scott Hall, baby. That's right. Oh, man. Dude, Hall and Nash. God. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Freezy Breezy. That's right. The Macho Man, Randy Savage. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Snap into a Slim Jim. Anyway. Ultimate Warrior was a POS human. Was he really? I didn't know that. There are so many that I loved. But again, I don't disagree with that. Like Jimmy Snuka, Superfly Snuka, murdered his girlfriend allegedly. I used to watch WWF in the mornings. And I've told this story on the show.
Right.
And by the way, in the comments, go ahead and name your favorite dead wrestler.
Right.
F-bomb isn't unnecessary as laughing at your own jokes. Did I F-bomb today?
No, the drop that I played had an F-bomb in it, I think.
God, Jake.
Yeah, dude,
Man.
I just think
Segundo, that... Segundo, why don't you come host the show, replace Jake on the drop machine?
Yeah, I don't really know what to say. The execution has been pretty high, but,
We have pretty much all but stopped cursing on this show. So many people.
Listen, we're in a strange time.
Hey, man. Richard McDonald says, just wanted to say anyone who missed UFC in Salt Lake last weekend missed out big. Get ready for Utah to be a regular UFC destination. Yeah. Hey, man.
Yeah, I think it performed well. No doubt about it.
Oh, and the Usman knockout was...
Man,
phenomenal.
I just can't believe that happened, bro.
You can never let up in that. But
this is what we were saying before the fight, last week. We were saying, I think that is the true greatness of the UFC, is that anybody can lose on any night, no matter who, how far the spread is on underdog.
Eddie Guerrero, yes. Yep. Dusty Rhodes. American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Cam Harrison says Mean Gene Okerlund. Yes. Giggity has a question. Who the F is this guy Segundo? Steve First says F-bombs make everything better.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Tanner Plummer says, no, you guys still swear a lot. No, I don't. Do I curse a lot?
I've always stood on my innocence.
What are you talking about? Fuck out of here with that. No, I'm kidding. Kidding. Oh, Latino Heat. Yes. Oh, my God. That brand in wrestling was huge. Macho Man was the greatest of all time. That's not subjective. What about Hot Rod Roddy Piper? Piper's Pit. Come on now. Is Vince Russo dead yet? Wow. Just kidding, Keyshawn said. Richard McDonald said I was there and people started leaving right before the head kick. The whole place went nuts. Yeah, I heard that. It was amazing. NY Jazz fan says, at Segundo, seriously, is that why you censored your middle name? Could be. The Giant was the GOAT. Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Oh, Jake the Snake Roberts. He's not dead, though, is he? Jake the Snake's not dead. Oh, no, he said that. M. Alvarez said Jake the Snake is not dead.
Yeah.
Kane and Undertaker, not dead. LMAO, I've always stood on my innocence. Great job, Jake.
Now, we all know where that's from, right? We all know where that's from. That's from the Deshaun Watson press conference where he's sitting there, much like Dave Heeke, lying his ass off about what happened. We all remember that, right?
I've always stood on my innocence. Said it about this situation.
I don't know why Deshaun Watson did that press conference. In all seriousness, I have no idea why he would have done that press conference.
Yeah, that was not smart.
All right, speaking of dead wrestlers, today is Kobe Bryant, 8/24 Mamba Day.
Man.
Probably a rough transition there. But anyway, having said that.
All gas, no break.
Let me ask you, when I say Kobe Bryant, just kind of, because I know you revered him.
Yeah.
I had the great fortune of covering Kobe every day for part of my career.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things that come to mind when I think of Kobe Bryant. So when I say Kobe Bryant, what comes to mind for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's it's sort of two versions for me. So as a kid, kid me, when I was growing up, I mean, Kobe just was the guy. I mean, I remember Lakers Celtics Christmas Day vividly. That was like watching him go to Boston. I think they were wearing the purple unis in Boston one time on Christmas Day, if memory serves. Could be wrong. But just watching him do what he does, we haven't seen a player play the game the way Kobe did, since he retired and obviously, passed away and everything. Like, it just was he just was so unique in how he went about it. And then, as we all grow up and we started to appreciate different things besides the pure athleticism, just not to be cliche, but the Mamba mentality stuff I think is just so relatable. In life and in everything. And I think it kind of is upsetting to have to talk about, the fact that Kobe at one point was one of these guys that was in some trouble, with the Eagle Colorado thing. And I truly feel like he worked his ass off to rectify that situation. Not just with the settlement, but more like in his career and affecting people's lives. Because I feel like so many times athletes, they do something wrong and then the time goes by and it stops becoming a big deal. But I feel like Kobe did so much more than that. It wasn't just that he played for 20 years or that he was, obviously one of the best to ever do it, but he helped people. He inspired people. And so to me, that's why that's what I remember about Kobe. And that's what I think about. I think about this concept of, hey, when you're great at something, when you, like, even with our show, not that our show is, anything amazing in the big picture of the world, but I think about the fact that we've had people tell us, like, hey, man, like, you affect us. Like, you help me get through this portion of my day or that or this or that. Like, there's a certain responsibility in that. And that's what I think Kobe spoke on a lot is like, hey, when you're great at something, you have that responsibility to inspire and help people. And I think that, for me, right now, today, is what I think about.
Well, when I think about Kobe, I think about some of the things I saw him do. I mean, I don't think there's any doubt the greatest play that I've ever seen in person was his lob to Shaq in Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals against Portland. I happened to be on the floor for that. I was a young reporter for the Laker Radio Network, and I think his demeanor as a player when he was in his prime, the aura that Kobe put off, just the vibe that came off of him. I think, the way that he handled the Eagle Colorado situation, as heinous as those allegations were, there was something inspiring about him flying back and forth when he easily could have settled that long before he did. The way that he just struck fear in his opponents, watching players be fearful of guarding him, the big shots, the desire, the want to kill on the basketball court, to be the guy with the ball in his hands with the game on the line. I talked about it earlier, watching Kobe shoot those air balls in the playoffs, those 3-pointers as a rookie against Charlotte, was something now that I look back on and I realize that's what made him great. The watching his interactions with Michael Jordan, watching his interactions with LeBron James, the deference, the respect that a lot of other, professionals had for him, the just constant ability to be awed by Kobe Bryant on things he did. Some of the reverse dunks that he had, like when you work in the media and you work specifically for like very closely with a team like the Lakers, you're very close to the floor on a regular basis. The reverse dunks that I saw him do, the passing, Kobe is not revered as a great passer. He was a great passer. Some of the passes he made to Glenn Rice when Glenn Rice was a Laker, wide open on the wing, like just watching him play the game. That's what was remarkable. The motivational stuff, the helicopter crash, like that stuff is far less meaningful to me than what I saw him do on the floor and the way I saw his impact up close and personal on people.
Yeah.
That's what I remember Kobe for.
Yeah, and I think what's interesting in this conversation is, in much like many things in life, age of the person you're talking to is hugely important. I the difference is I never had the opportunity. Like, I never got to see Kobe play in person. Like, you understand that. I never saw him in person. I never got to feel the energy. I never got to see what it was actually like. And so my experience with Kobe was always just big game Kobe. Obviously in the media availabilities he's done, he did a lot of stuff at SC where he would go and talk to and do interviews and do like town hall style events. And there was just a lot that he did. And so I always love hearing the contrast and experience, because that's what I think defines true greatness. If you really get down to it, the ability to affect people over decades, multiple generations you've affected in different ways, that to me is the ultimate sign.
Giggity said Kobe was great, but the beef he had with Shaq and Shaq's rap always comes to mind and makes me laugh. Yeah.
Yeah, the relationship and what Shaq and how that all went down, totally. I think it's definitely on the forefront.
Yep, I agree. Big Bucket Talk says every superstar athlete has some kind of controversy. They do. Ken Williams says, I can't stand Kobe, but I have personal reasons why great basketball players, that's all I want to get into. Okay, cool. You've cleaned up your language, but you still swear. You need a swear jar, K. Nurin says. I probably do.
Yeah.
M. Alvarez says, Kobe was so awesome that someone put up a billboard for like 6 months in Lakeland, Florida. Yeah. Riley O'Brien says, boom, well said, Jake. Dead Wrestlers. Arlington Bear says, George the Animal Steel. Yes. Keyshawn says he definitely inspired young players, Jason Tatum, Julius Randle, Devin Booker, to elevate the game. Yeah, I agree. Kanai Johnson says it's so sad that we will never know how great Gigi would have been for women's basketball.
Agreed.
Absolutely right, Kanai.
Yeah.
Kurt Meyer, Shaq is the best businessman coming out of the NBA. I hope his boy makes a team. Yeah, he's trying. He's going to be in the G League for sure. San Diego State Aztecs 21 says the, quote, game changed when I became a subscriber. Elbow cough. Well, you saved the channel. Who are we kidding? NY Jazz Fan says Kobe changed his life, Colorado incident, and did right things consistently to earn respect, the platform he had. From there, he said and did the right things, making him largely influential. Lost a great in KB. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, dude, and that's what I mean. And this is what we said when the Deshaun thing happened. It's not, it is, but it's not. It's not necessarily what you did or the issue that you find yourself in. Like Fernando Tatis and the steroid thing. The issue isn't that you got popped for steroids. The issue is how you've reacted to it. That presser in the dugout yesterday was embarrassing. The fact that you didn't have a well thought out process. I look at these athletes in different situations, and Kobe just handled it the right way. Just the way he went about it garnered him that respect, as that commenter was saying, and that's what I think separates him. And I do hope that the maybe this is selfish, but I hope the Vanessa Bryant trial, works itself out and they get through all that. And then I hope that Nike is able to continue making Kobe's shoes, man, because I just think that it would be, to me, it's wrong to stop making the shoe. Like, in fact, I would
agree.
say it furthers the legacy. It furthers, who he was. And you have to understand, too, as new generations are born and as more young people come into the fold, like the impact that these guys have lessens because they weren't around when he was dunking. I wasn't there for the push-off with Jordan. I wasn't there for like all these iconic moments in Kobe and Jordan's career.
That's right.
So for me, I know that Jordan, like, obviously I can go back. I've done all my homework, YouTubed and read. Like, I know Jordan was the best to ever do it, but I personally got to experience Kobe. And so my kids or whatever, like 2 generations behind me, aren't going to have ever watched Kobe Bryant shoot a basketball.
That's insane.
Do you see what I'm saying? How it loses its impact? So selling shoes and like talking about him and like continuing it, I think really matters.
Yeah, I think having seen him do it, that matters.
Yeah.
Having felt the impact.
Yeah.
That matters. I think when you're looking at, I just think Kobe has had an incredible impact that has nothing to do with his game.
Yeah.
And I know that, I agree with the commenter said a lot of guys get in trouble. It's how you react to it. Kanai Johnson said, I like Kobe and Raja Bell's matchups. Oh, those were epic.
Epic.
Free Breezy says, I only saw old Kobe. NY Jazz Fan says, I regret never seeing MJ play in person. Man, I took Michael Jordan for granted, which is why now, like when we talk about Donovan Mitchell, I always say don't take Donovan Mitchell for granted. I mean, don't take the guys that are special now for granted.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Steph. Like, having seen Michael Jordan is one of the great pleasures of my life. Like, I mean, having stood next to him, like one of the first guys I was truly scared of was Michael Jordan standing in a locker room. Michael Jordan was amazing.
Yeah.
He was amazing. Let's see. Big Bucket Talk says agents also play a role in how athletes react. Yeah, for sure. No doubt. Richard McDonald says, I feel like Jake's production skills have come a long way since y'all started. Dig the Chiron at the bottom. The Chiron? That's all. Yeah. The Chiron, he means.
My idea, his execution. What? This platform that we went to is my idea. I found it. Anyway, setup is my brainchild, bro.
So we are hiring a new co-host for the show.
Hey guys.
Taking applications now.
You're a casual.
Your idea.
It what?
Ken Williams says it depends if you know the person in Eagle Mountain, but everyone deserves grace. Well, I mean,
look, man,
there's nobody that's writing off what happened in Eagle, Colorado. Nobody's writing that off. Nobody's saying, I think I don't think anybody's writing that off. Big Bucket Talk says Kobe's shoes have been #1 basketball shoe since before his death. Yes, I would agree. Freezy Breezy says Alex Caruso. Not as good as Kobe.
Right.
Tanner says, I think that Jordan is the GOAT, but I'm curious, Monty Jake, why do you think that Jordan is the GOAT? Because he's the greatest of all time. It's the GOAT. That's why. Kanai Johnson says, man, Jake missed out on some great basketball. Kobe era was great. Shift from Jordan. It was. I agree with that. Oh boy, Mont's ego and Jake's ego is about to clash.
Hey guys.
Jacob Yates, as a Jazz fan, I've hated Kobe since I was 6 when he was drafted. Bro was a legend. Exactly.
Yes.
Part of hating him is,
I mean, just the savagery of, hey, Kobe's getting the ball. He's going to take you to the elbow, and he's going to do a fade, and he's going to win the game.
He took Michael Jordan's fadeaway to another level. Michael Jordan in the last years of his career really relied on his fadeaway jump shot. So did Kobe. And it's unfortunate that the volume of basketball they played, took their game from them late in their careers.
Yeah.
It's what makes LeBron spectacular, but Yeah, Ken Williams says, I've seen all the Jazz Bulls games live. Yeah, they were spectacular. Gabe Ledley, Monty 100% nailed it. I took seeing MJ play for granted, which is why I will watch Tom Brady games when I can. Yes. Yes, Gabe. Exactly right. Freezy says, I also think I am is the GOAT, but MJ is the GOAT. But Kobe, to me, was just a little more athletic. Jordan, I think he's just as good as MJ. I think they're close. I see, and this has always been really controversial on the show every time we talk about it, so I'm not trying to be that guy, but Kobe and Jordan are on a level of their own. I think LeBron's below them. I really do. Let's see. Riley O'Brien says, I suspect that Greg Ostertag can likely still feel that slap to his neck provided by one Shaquille Rashawn O'Neal. Wow. Big Buckets says, if Achilles never happened, Kobe would still be hooping today. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's really sad,
probably.
man.
I mean,
it is. I don't know how many people have really gone in depth on the helicopter thing and why that happened and how that happened and what kind of went down with that. But I would encourage you to read about that and read about, what happened, because it really was a one-off thing that very rarely happens. And I think that it's just a shame, man. It's a really sad thing. I get somber talking about it because it's just like, it's just such a travesty of talent. There's never going to be another Kobe, and we got, what do we get, 43 years of him on this planet? I think he was 43 when he died, I think. So, I mean, it's just terrible, bro. It's absolutely terrible. Like, enjoy Tiger Woods while you can, because he's pretty much done.
Well, and choosing waffles over pancakes.
Mm. So, I'm incredibly hungry right now.
Are you really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
What do you mean, why? It's been 5 hours I've been awake.
Okay.
So, I'm hungry.
All right. You could eat anything for breakfast right now.
Probably would be an omelet and a waffle. I love waffles or pancakes.
See, and this is what's wrong with you.
Okay,
and
here we go.
This is why we need a DNA test, because I don't know who you are anymore, and it really concerns me that
Donnie,
you would make
please.
a foolish statement like, "Oh, waffles are better than pancakes." Like, I mean, I worry about your mental.
I don't think I said
health.
Waffles are better. I said I enjoy waffles.
In the pre-show meeting, you
in the
100p said
meeting.
You 100% said, waffles are better than pancakes. Everybody knows that.
How about
I mean, you put some whipped cream and some syrup and
I don't.
I mean,
do whipped
waffles.
cream.
Waffles are better. They're just. I mean, they're. The shape of the waffle is more symmetrical than the pancake.
Well, if you ask Mrs. Monty, it's all about the surface area.
I mean, rectally speaking, that waffle.
Well, we're gonna get to rectal in a minute.
That waffle brings more. I mean, a waffle's better. It's got the little concave holes in it where you can pack your shit and stuff.
There's nothing better than a good buttermilk pancake. I will agree with you.
Stand your ground.
Nah, I'm good.
Pancakes are far better than waffles. And I understand. Today is National Waffle Day.
Yeah.
But you don't come in here with that blasphemy. Oh, LeBron's better than Kobe. No, he's not. Well, waffles are better than pancakes. No, they're not. They're not.
You and your mom are hillbillies.
And it's people like you.
I feel like you're
that
judging
ruin
me right
breakfast
now,
in this country.
And it really is hurtful.
Well,
and, my feelings are, as a snowflake, my feelings are, hurt.
I mean, you can go to McDonald's and you can get that pancake sandwich. It's called a McGriddle.
Right.
But where are you going to get a waffle? Who cares? Pancakes are far better than waffles.
Yeah.
And I want the acknowledgement.
I just said they were.
Say it again.
Yeah, they're better than waffles.
You're a liar.
I'm not a liar.
You are a liar. I don't think you believe that. I think you were only worried about the repercussions from our fine fan base. I think you were only worried that
schemers trying to control their little worlds.
I think you'll say whatever you need to say to get elected.
Yeah.
And I think right now,
Yeah, I mean you're not wrong. Pancakes are better than waffles.
What makes a good breakfast? Now, as a large human with, a pretty significant history of ingesting large portions of food.
Fire and fury.
Why would you play that? Why would you play that? I don't understand it.
I need to pipe in here because I walked in on something.
Is need the word that I would use?
It's a need. It's a need.
Just
I'm
take it nice and
outraged.
easy, okay? Just
I am
relax.
outraged. She said I'm outraged.
I walked into hearing that pancakes were better than waffles. Here is where you are wrong, sir.
Uh-oh.
In a sandwich.
What the
The
fine?
McGriddle should be waffle sandwich. It should be 2 small waffles holding your egg and sausage. A waffle and chicken sandwich.
But we're not talking. No.
The pancake is falling apart.
No, you can't do this.
You said
can't
McGriddle.
bring
I
up-
heard you say
You
it.
cannot bring up chicken and waffles in a discussion about if pancakes are better than waffles.
A
Like
no
it just
good,
can.
rotten,
you don't
disgusting
I see.
scoundrel.
Like I
Au
mean, you just
contraire,
can't do
my
that.
friend.
How are you like chicken and waffles is totally different than pancakes. Now, are chicken and waffles better than pancakes? Yes.
When you ask them that question, you may get a very
If you're having a
unusual
breakfast
answer.
sandwich,
You know.
you can't have pancakes for the bun.
But nobody eats waffles as a breakfast sandwich. No, but not okay. I shouldn't say that.
They should be.
I shouldn't say that. Russians murdering people, like assassins from Russian hit squad, they use waffles to make like PB&J sandwiches. I mean, there's
Right, right.
like the worst of the worst kind of humans. You know,
Right.
anybody that Chicago White Sox fans, they make sandwiches out of waffles. Okay,
I want to play.
but those of us that are, those of us that care about Earth or humans, we don't do that. We eat chicken and waffles together. Yosemites make waffle sandwich. Like, oh, well, what kind of bread would you like? A waffle?
Yeah, I
No.
would like 2 small waffles
Hey,
for my
man,
breakfast
can I
sandwich.
get a Reuben sandwich on waffles?
I'd like to know what people in the comments are saying because I can tell you superior crispy waffle
Obviously not.
for your sandwich.
Bro.
No.
Don't act like if you didn't
No.
have 2 Eggo waffles and an egg in between it with a piece of sausage, you wouldn't be happy
Right.
having that as a breakfast sandwich.
I didn't, but see, I as a man, I understand that that's not a breakfast sandwich.
That is a breakfast sandwich.
As a connoisseur of cellulite, I understand that is just eggs and waffles with sausage on a plate, and we go Mac. Like I understand that.
Right.
I'm not calling that a sandwich. Like how does that compare? Like what's another sandwich? A hot dog. How does that compare to a hot dog, which is also a sandwich? Like I don't see how that compares to chicken and waffles. Motherfucker, just up here making a point. I mean, like we got to stand for American values on this here program. All right.
My name is Mrs. Monty, and I am running on the platform of waffles can be made into a sandwich.
This is corny stuff.
Provo Cougar fan. Waffles are far, far better than flat pancakes.
Boom shakalaka.
Tanner Plummer. Hey guys, I truly believe that the Jazz are
guys.
cursed. I'm talking about waffles,
There's
Tanner.
no goat involved.
Tanner also says, I'm with Jake. Waffles are better than pancakes.
And I ain't giving up no damn Rice Krispie treats.
Team waffles.
Right.
Ken Williams says, eggs and sausage toast. Thank you. Sourdough toast with eggs.
Dude.
And some sausage.
But do you have veg in your egg? Little pepper, little mushroom,
No.
Yeah.
little onion.
Yeah. Little bell pepper.
No. No.
Yeah.
Onions and mushrooms go with eggs. Bell peppers go in the garbage. Everybody
now
knows
you're
that.
just being ridiculous.
Freezy Breezy says McDonald's sausage McMuffin. My guy.
Yeah.
My guy.
Yeah.
Fat Jesus says when have you had chicken and pancakes? Waffles rule. Suck it. Wow. Okay.
Whoop.
Ken Williams says Jake is a male Hillary Clinton. LOL. So you destroy your emails then.
I
How
plead the
did
fifth.
this? What? I don't. Jake.
I plead the fifth.
McDonald's sausage McMuffin with strawberry jelly and cheese and egg.
Whoa.
I've actually been.
Whoa. You're
What?
putting jelly on a savory.
Well, no, he
sandwich.
misspoke. It's not jelly. It's jam.
You are fake.
Ooh.
Like preservative. I'm not fake, actually. I've actually been macking jelly lately.
Yeah.
Raspberry jelly. Whew.
Yeah.
And my jazz fan says no pancakes and no waffles. Don't need the carbs and sugar from syrup. Casuals get cut.
Okay,
Wow.
we're not talking
Wow.
every
What?
day.
See, why you got to bring reality back in? Come on.
Wow.
Dude.
You're casual.
Wow.
Can we not
down.
just channel our inner fat ass for 5 minutes?
Well,
Jesus.
I clearly am channeling my outer fat ass.
I heard you say that you are down 1.5 pounds. I weighed in this morning. I am also down 1.5 pounds.
Nobody cares.
Jesus, dude.
Hater.
Yeah, we've been working hard. Like, we've really been trying to lose weight and slimming down, and it's good. All right, more comments on waffles, because this is what we do. Giggity says, I've never heard of blue pancakes. Can't say that about waffles. Oh, it's a blue waffle.
I feel triggered. And yes, you can have blueberry pancakes. And
He didn't say blueberry. He said blue pancake.
I'm just saying blueberry pancakes or blueberry waffles are delicious.
Richard McDonald says waffles are better than pancakes.
Dun, 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 dun.
John Satterthwaite. Bro. Satter. Satterth.
Who the fuck are you?
Wait. Waffles. What about French toast, my man?
You can't put that on a sandwich. It's going to fall apart.
Okay, but listen.
Same problem as the pancake. I'm just saying.
I want better execution.
Yeah, it's all these people who come onto the show and like try to tell me how to live my life.
Right.
I love French toast.
I do love French toast.
I love French toast. It is
cinnamon bread French toast. Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Are all your chairs vibrating, or is it just mine? Anyway, the point is that I would like to point out that French toast is vastly underrated. It's orgasmic. There's no doubt about that. French toast is amazing. Big Bucket Talks says pancakes always better, aka the OG classic.
Yeah,
See?
look, I'm a sucker for a good, tall stack of buttermilk pancakes. I remember there used to be
waffles.
In Long Beach?
I love
where
waffles.
we went to Shore House.
I just love waffles.
I'm trying to have a moment here with you, and you're mocking me.
Oh, waffles.
Shore House
Come
is
on, waffles,
amazing.
Waffles shaped like Kevin Durant. Oh my God. Slurp
I'm
it
going
up.
to say this again.
Shore House Cafe in Long Beach was amazing. Ken Williams says SmackDown coming from Mrs. Monty. Happy wife, happy life.
I don't have to smack down. I just speak the truth.
It's not a down. It's more of an off. Anyway, Tanner Plummer says, well, Ken Williams, I'll take Jake, a.k.a. male Hillary Clinton, over the Tangerine Twitter machine in a heartbeat. Wow.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Tom Basilius, waffles are way better than pancakes. Stop it.
It is
You guys,
what it is.
I'm feeling triggered right now, and I'm going to have to punch Jake in the face. if you keep
Fire
doing
and
it.
fury.
It's just, you can't. Almighty Finesse says chopped cheese, bacon, egg, and cheese.
Oh, yes, dude.
Yes.
Please.
Yes. San Diego State Aztecs 21 says that 12 seconds is about to decrease to 0 after that nobody cares comment. It's not funny. Thank you. Talking with Raphael podcast. Damn it, I forgot about French toast. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
New York Jazz fan. The French can toast and the French can fry. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. Ken Williams says, great show. Love it. Got to go to work. Peace out, y'all.
See you, bro.
Peace out.
See you, dude.
Renee Rocca, waffles and hot wings, please. Please.
When's the last time you had fried chicken? I mean, it has to have been 5 years at least, right?
Yeah, like actual bucket of chicken.
Bucket of chicken.
Not like Super Chicks.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about like fried chicken.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been forever.
Long time, right?
10,
fried
15
chicken
years.
and waffles. That sounds so good right now.
10, 15
Everything
years.
sounds good right now, Jake.
Yeah, I know. I'm hungry as hell.
starving.
By the way, Mrs. Monty doesn't know the Daniel Ricciardo tragedy.
Yeah,
I
your
heard you
boy,
say that.
your boy got fired.
What?
Yeah, he's average. He sucks.
Danny Rick got fired.
But you know what? He'll go somewhere else. He's going to be just as fun. Like,
Yeah, in 14th place.
Danny Rick is not there because he is the best driver. He is the best fun driver. He brings personality, and I think people love it. Fans love it. Fans love that he's fun, that he's goofy or awkward. They love his goofy smile. Everybody has fun with him.
No.
Put him down to Alfa Romeo or put him down to
Williams.
He'll still
Aston.
drive because he brings fans.
Yeah, he still won't make it out of the second round of qualifying. You're exactly right.
You know?
Eric C. wants to know, how's that Hinge girlfriend, Jake?
Great. We're good. Just chugging along.
You guys getting engaged yet?
No.
So you guys going to have kids yet?
No.
Ever?
I don't know.
See, this is
Let
an
him
interesting...
get to Hawaii. Jesus.
Oh, you guys are going to make babies in Hawaii?
Potentially.
No,
What? You said... I'm trying to follow along. You said it. I said you guys going to have kids? You're like, Jesus, let them get to Hawaii. Okay, so what, are we planting the garden in Hawaii?
They haven't been, doing the deed here?
I'm sure there's been insertion. I mean, I don't doubt that.
Just got to pipe in,
But...
Pipe, see, he said pipe in.
Anyways,
so
she has to survive like a total of 7 full days with 45 family and friends.
And just kind of
If she
scruff
can
it
live
and play
through
with it when
that,
it's wet.
She's going to be good. In a house with 10 total people.
Yeah,
There's 4 of us. There is my niece and her boyfriend, and then my cousins and their 2 kids. If she can make it, we good.
So let me ask you this. So she doesn't want kids.
Right.
Do you want kids?
One.
But she won't have one.
What?
That's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true.
No.
So when did this change?
It's an ongoing conversation. I don't have time for a kid right now or probably any time in the next couple of years. So it's just not a conversation at this point.
Okay.
It's not a conversation, man. Like we're again,
how long until you think you guys are married? Like in 5 years, do you think you and this girl will be
Not
married?
everybody has to get married, dude. Not everybody has to get married.
Wow.
I'm just saying. Like,
I don't know.
Jake, don't feel pressured. Don't feel pressured. She's a good person.
So you're saying you're not getting married anytime soon?
I don't know. We got to move in still. We got things to do.
So
highly recommend the move in.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you should move in before you get married. So you
Yeah.
guys should move in when you get back from Hawaii.
No.
No.
At the end of the lease. At the end of my lease next year.
He still has to pay his lease.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I still got to pay my lease down.
Listen.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to nurture, your success.
Right.
Y'all about to fuck this up.
I'm not saying that.
Right.
I'm just telling you, if you're in a relationship with this Hinge girlfriend, and you are.
Don't call her the Hinge girlfriend.
Did you meet on Hinge?
Yes, we did. But
is she your girlfriend?
That's not some terrible, it's not some terrible connotation.
No.
She's my girlfriend. A ton of people meet on apps.
How many hours a week do you think you spend together?
I don't know. Probably 10 to 12 hours a week.
Really? You think you spend that much time together?
Yeah.
Okay. Awake, like waking hours.
Yeah, I don't understand what
Not
you're
a
getting
lot.
at here.
I
don't understand what you're getting at here.
I'm asking probative questions.
Okay, she lives on the east side of the valley. I live on the south, she lives on the east side. We live on the west side. She lives about 30 minutes away on a weekday. It's not easy, and she's also busy at work. She has a big-time job that she does.
I'm simply asking. I think you probably spend 6-8 hours a week together.
Yeah,
awake.
that's what we are able to do right now. That's what our situation dictates.
I'm not there's no motive behind the questions.
Well, I'm trying to understand what you're getting to.
You always have a motive.
No, I don't. I am just being probative and This is the discovery portion of the trial.
Strategy, sir.
Right.
And as we head for the questioning and this prosecution of Jake's Hinge girlfriend, well, the tone of the questions will change.
Dingers.
Anyways.
Let's see. Kurt Meyer says, Jake, does your girlfriend watch this show?
From time to time.
Oh, really? Giggity says, Jake, does she at least want a dog?
She has a dog. A great dog.
She has a
And
dog.
cats.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wow, comment dump. Let's see. Monty, Kurt Meyer says, Monty, what would you do with grandchildren?
Oh my gosh, I would have so much fun with grandkids.
Yeah,
I would have a lot of fun.
Yeah. Renee Roca.
I don't own them. I don't have to keep them.
Yeah, you can send them home. Renee Roca says, I don't want kids. Things single people say all the time.
Did you see the most recent study that says it now takes $300,000 to raise a kid now? Did you see that?
Is that true?
Oh,
yeah.
sure.
In today's world, yeah.
I did not see that.
Yeah.
$3
at least.
hundo.
Yeah.
That's probably too much. That's way too much. Tanner Plummer. Hey guys, Renee, when I was on my 2-year mission, I kind of didn't want kids, but when I got home, my opinion changed.
That's what I mean. It's an ongoing thing.
It is. I don't
like.
think
I
you
think
have
it's
to
just
be stuck.
Yeah, I think it's. I am adamant that I just don't have time right now. I just don't, dude. I don't.
Richard McDonald, does this lady watch the show, Jake? Question mark, quote unquote, insertion.
She does not watch it regularly, no.
Thank
not
God.
Regularly, yeah.
She's a nice gal. I mean, I don't.
She can take it. Well,
God damn it. I mean, how do you make that mistake?
she can handle the ridiculousness and the ribbing.
Wow, bro.
She can take it all right.
Here, take it. See ya.
Come on.
That's it. I'm out.
Come on.
I'm screwed.
Oh, your parents are amazing,
Bro.
Jake. Greg Hawkins, good morning to you, sir. 8 hours a week is a good amount of time. I wish I only had to deal with my woman for 8 hours a week. Wow. Wow. Holy cow. Eric C. says, yeah, I got a girlfriend and a dog, but watching my brother and sister getting married and popping kids out every other year gets depressing.
Telling you, it's
great.
tough times right now, bro.
That is great.
I'm telling you guys.
Gabe Ledley says, just a heads up, Jake, you're never going to have enough time or money for kids. That's not how any of this works.
100%.
Nope.
100%.
Nope.
You just do it. If you end up having them, you just figure that shit out and it works.
Yeah, when you're in the middle of that 13 seconds of awesomeness, you're not thinking about, oh man, this is going to be $300,000. Let's go.
Dude, I am not.
Wow.
No, dude.
Wow.
Dude, no. No. Nope. Nope. Hey, what do you know? We talk about piping in and we get bots in the
Mrs.
chat.
Monty talks about how she can take it, and
every day.
we get bots in the chat.
It's just so wrong. It's so wrong.
I want to remind you before we rat out of this piece that we are giving away a trip for two to see BYU and Notre Dame, and a lot of you have gone to Barbecue Pit Stop and you've bought spices and rubs and a Traeger, and really appreciate that. We need you guys to move to our sponsors. We're rolling out 2 new sponsors next week that I'm really excited to talk about on the show. I'm sorry, are we keeping you up over there?
Dude, it's called needing to eat.
Yeah, seriously, we too. But I want to thank Barbecue Pit Stop, who's been a fantastic sponsor of the show. Cannot wait for September 17th in Lehigh at the Barbecue Pit Stop. We're going to have our BYU Oregon watch party. We're going to have wings. We're going to have pizza. And we're going to announce the winner of the trip to see BYU and Notre Dame at the Shamrock Series in Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. We're giving you 2 nights at the Palms Casino Resort and Hotel. We are giving you 2 tickets to the game and a $250 gas card to get you there. Go to bbqpitstop.com, BBQ Pitstop, 1T, P-I-T-S-T-O-P, barbecuepitstop.com.
Yeah.
You guys are both yawning
Yeah,
away.
dude, I don't think you understand. It's 5 hours.
Yeah, I feel good. You can also find Barbecue Pit Stop in Layton, Lehigh, Logan, St. George, and Murray. There's a box on the counter. Fill it, the slip, drop it in the box, and then come hang out with us. Tanner Plummer says he is not going to be there.
Bro.
Tanner's not coming there.
Hey, guys.
He won't.
Bro.
It's hurtful.
Dude,
We're gonna miss
are you
you.
going to have a representative there then? Or?
No, like it's really hurtful.
Did
The
you
wife
qualify
with the
for the
baby?
entry?
Like,
You know.
Did you enter the contest?
He did, I'm sure. But Tanner, it's just hurtful. You won't. I mean, Greg Hawkins is going to be there. Gabe Ledley's flying in from Phoenix to be there. But, you know. Hey, you don't feel bad about that, Tanner. I'm just guilt tripping Tanner.
How's the Xbox?
Something. Wow. He
I'm
won
sure
that
it's
fair
having
and
fun.
square.
Yeah, dude. He did.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, he
kidding.
did.
Tanner, we're just.
nah, we'll miss
breaking
you.
No, for real, though.
We will miss you.
Have
Tanner.
you enjoyed the Xbox? It's a nice Xbox, dude.
It is.
Like, I'd buy that Xbox.
It is. You should
Yeah.
bring it to Barbecue Pit Stop on
Yeah.
September 17th. As we're going to watch BYU and Oregon that day. It's going to be a great party. We'll have more details on times and all that kind of good stuff, but it's going to be a great time. Thanks to Barbecue Pit Stop. When you go in there, I mean, obviously you get all the best smoker equipment. They have grills, green eggs, Yoders, Traegers. I'm a Traeger Iron 885 guy. It is a fantastic unit.
Kinder seasoning.
Their Kinder Italian chop seasoning is wonderful. Their Kinder taco seasoning.
Bomb.
My God. The Kinder
Bomb.com.
taco seasoning is unbelievable. You can get all of that, everything you need for a barbecue or a smoker. Check them out online, bbqpitstop.com. We will see you there on September 17th. And, of course, it's all brought to you by our guy, Devery Davis at Academy Mortgage. And, again, I know there's a lot of people that tweet with me about mortgage. There's never been a better time to buy a house. I'm telling you, in the last 12 months, I know that things have been crazy, but the price of houses is coming down. Mortgage rates are steady, right around 5%. The refi percentages are fantastic. You can get under 5% on a refi. But the number one question people ask me all the time is, hey, man, I can't afford the down payment. Is it true you can buy a house without a down payment? Yes, it's absolutely true. You can get the home you need and want right now if you call Devery Davis at 801-543-9666. He's written 3 mortgages for me. He is my mortgage guy. I trust Devery. You're not just a number with Devery Davis. You are a personal interest. You talk to Devery. You deal with Devery. You're not talking to a bunch of dudes sitting in an office building, trying to make money off of you. You're talking to Devery Davis, who wants to put you in the best position because he wants a relationship with you for life. That's why you go to Devery Davis at Academy Mortgage. 801-543-9666. NMLS number 278545. Call Devery. Say, hey, man, I heard about you on the Monty Show. Just want to ask you, hey, is it true I can get a mortgage without a down payment? See what he says. You'll be amazed. Devery Davis, Academy Mortgage, equal housing lenders. 7,000 subscribers today. Amazing. Thank you so much for being here. We'll be back tomorrow morning, probably talking about more Laker rumors with Donovan Mitchell. I don't know. We'll find something. For Mrs. Monty, for Jake, my name is Monty. We appreciate you. Until tomorrow, say pancakes are better than waffles, Mrs. Monty.
Waffles are better than pancakes.
No, they're not.
Okay.